The biggest insurance claim mistake that gets you rejected. Imagine paying for insurance in Austria for 5, 10, even 20 years. Then one day, something goes wrong. You file a claim, and it gets rejected. Not because you weren't covered, but because of one simple mistake. And here's the scary part. Most people in Austria are making this mistake right now. Today, I'll show you the biggest insurance claim mistake in Austria and how to avoid getting your claim denied. Let's be honest, most people believe this. If I have insurance, they will pay. But that's not how insurance works in Austria, especially if you're an expat, a newcomer, or even a full-time worker relying on OGK or private insurance. Insurance is not automatic, it's conditional. And the number one reason for insurance rejection in Austria is this: poor documentation and poor communication. Not fraud, not lack of coverage, just mistakes in how people report and prove their claim. And this is where most people lose. Let me be direct. If your documentation is weak, your claim can be delayed, reduced, or completely denied. And when that happens, you don't just lose money, you lose time, protection, and trust in the system. I've seen cases where people lost thousands of euros just because they couldn't prove what happened. Not because they were wrong, but because they couldn't show it properly. So why does this happen? Because people misunderstand one thing. Insurance is a proof-based system, not a trust-based system. Let me explain. Most people think, I told them what happened, that should be enough. But insurers think, can you prove it with evidence, timing, and documentation? And here's the gap. What people do: late reporting, missing photos, no written records, vague explanations. What insurers expect: immediate reporting, clear evidence, structured documentation, consistent communication. This mismatch is the real reason behind most insurance claim mistakes in Austria. Now here's the good news. This mistake is 100% avoidable. Let me give you a simple framework you can follow every time. Step 1. Report immediately. The moment something happens, report it. Not tomorrow, not next week, immediately. Delays create suspicion, and in Austria, timing matters. Step 2. Document everything. This is where most people fail. You need photos, videos, receipts, witness details. Think like this: if I had to prove this in court, what would I need? That's your standard. Step 3. Be precise, not emotional. Avoid long emotional explanations. Instead, be clear, structured, and factual. Bad example: I was really stressed and everything happened so fast. Good example: incident occurred on date at time, damage visible on area. Precision builds credibility. Step 4. Keep all communication, emails, messages, documents, everything. Because if your claim gets challenged, your communication becomes your defense. Step 5. Follow up professionally. Don't disappear after submitting. Follow up. Stay engaged. Show that you understand the process. This alone increases your success rate. Let me give you a real-world scenario. An expat in Austria had household insurance. A water leak damaged their apartment. They filed a claim and it got denied. Why? Not because water damage wasn't covered, but because they reported it late, they didn't take photos immediately, and they couldn't prove when the damage started. Now compare that to another case. Same situation, but this person reported within hours, took clear photos, documented everything, and communicated clearly. Result? Full claim payout. Same insurance, same problem, different outcome. Why? Because documentation and communication. Here's something most people don't know. and this alone can save you thousands. Always think like the insurer before you file a claim. Ask yourself, can I prove this clearly? Is my timeline consistent? Does my documentation support my story? If the answer is no, fix it before submitting, because once you submit a weak claim, it's very hard to recover. So remember this, the biggest insurance claim mistake in Austria is not lack of coverage, it's poor documentation and poor communication. Fix that, and you dramatically increase your chances of getting paid. If you want to avoid costly insurance mistakes in Austria and actually understand how insurance works here, subscribe to Austria Insurance Compass. We simplify insurance in Austria so you don't lose money when it matters most.